Welcome back to Euronews Now. Also known as Freedom Day, Juneteenth marks the declaration of the end of slavery in Texas 155 years ago. Marked mostly by African Americans across the US, it's an official holiday in 47 states and the District of Columbia. There has been focused attention on the holiday in recent weeks as the protest movement against police brutality and racism gains momentum in the United States. Scott Brown is an associate professor of African American Studies and History at the University of California. He thinks that Juneteenth today is an opportunity for African Americans to talk about what freedom really means.
Well, the Emancipation Proclamation came in January 1st of 1863, but the country was still at war. The Confederacy was still at war with the Union, and Texas was one of the last states to fall. And so even though there was a proclamation, the Texas plantations weren't really forced to give up enslavement until roughly around this time of the year in 1865. And so it becomes a calendar holiday that really is an opportunity to talk about what freedom means for African Americans due to that unique history.
How will it be marked today, and how will the events of the last few weeks have changed and shaped that?
Well, you know, it's interesting because Juneteenth celebrations in different parts of the country are called different things. So sometimes it's called Freedom Day. Sometimes it's called Liberation Day. And at a time like this, with this major social and political movement, it's an opportunity for us to think about what freedom means for us today. Freedom, not just for African Americans, but also the way that African American history is pause for us to think about what freedom means in so many diverse ways as well. So are we talking about economic freedom? Are we talking about questions of poverty? Are we talking about issues of police brutality? Are we talking about voting rights? All those things factor into how we think about what freedom means around this time of the year right now.
People have been saying that the last few weeks is maybe a watershed moment in terms of sort of race relations, anti-racism. Are you hopeful that it is going to be that and that today might be part of it too?
I think so. I think this notion of Black Lives Matter has a kind of elasticity for how we think about its geography. We can think about it internationally. Where does Africa fit in the world stage globally? Where do African Americans fit? Where do Haitians fit? Where do Afro-Brazilians fit? So there's a way that this concept can actually grow and become even more inclusive and more expansive as the struggle for human freedom continues.